'Twas on the shores that round our coast from Dale to Ramsgate span that I found alone on a piece of stone an elderly naval man. His hair was weedy, his beard was long, and weedy and long was he, and I heard this wight on the shore recite in a singular minor key. Oh, I am a cook, and a captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a bosom tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig. And he shook his fist and he tore his hair, till I really felt afraid, for I couldn't help thinking the man had been drinking, and so I simply said, "Oh, elderly man, it's little I know of the duties of men of the sea, and I'll eat my hand if I understand how you can possibly be. I once a cook, and a captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a bosom tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig." Then he gave me a hitch to his trousers, which is a trick all seamen learn, and having got rid of the thumping quid, he spun this painful yarn. 'Twas the good ship Nancy Bell that we sailed to the Indian Sea, and they were on a reef we come to grief, which has often occurred to me. And pretty nigh all the crew was drowned. There were 77 or so, and only 10 of the Nancy's men said here to the muster's roll. There was me and the cook, and the captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a bosom tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig. For a month we'd neither whittle nor drink, till a hungry we did fail. So we drawed a lot, and according shot the captain for a meal. The next lot fell to the Nancy's mate, and a delicate dish he made. Then our appetite with the midshipmite, we 7 survivors stayed. And then we murdered the bosom tight, and he much resembled a pig. Then we whittled free, did the cook and me, on the crew of the captain's gig. Then only the cook and me was left, and the delicate question, which of us two goes to the kettle, arose. And we argued it is as such. For I loved that cook as a brother, I did, and the cook he worshipped me. But we'd both be blowed if we'd either be stowed in the other's chap's hold, you see. "I'll be eat if you dines off me," says Tom. "Yes, that," says I, "you'll be. I'm boiled if I die, my friend," quoth I, and exactly so, quoth he. Says he, "Dear James, to murder me were a foolish thing to do, for don't you see that you can't cook me, while I can and will cook you?" So he boils the water and takes the salt and the pepper in portions true, which he never forgot, and then some chopped shallot, and some sage and parsley too. "Come here," says he, with the proper pride, which his smiling features tell. "'Twill soothing be if I let you see how extremely nice you'll smell." And he stirred it round and round and round, and he sniffed the foaming froth, when I ups with his heels and smothers the squeals in the scum of the boiling broth. And I eat that cook in a week or less, and as I eating be the last of his chops, why, I almost drops for a vessel in sight I see. And I never laugh, and I never smile, and I never lack nor play, but sit and croak in a single joke I have, which is to say, "Oh, I am a cook, and a captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a bosom tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig."